Hello, and welcome to Test Taker Experience Training, Completing an Exam. The goal of today's training is to walk you through how to complete prophecy assessments requested by your facility or staffing agency. Your facility or staffing agency contact will provide you with login credentials to include your username, your password, as well as the login URL that you'll come to get logged in to complete requested assessments. Here you'll enter in your username and password to log into the Test Taker portal. We've also made available a couple of how-to videos along with access to our practice exam library. And also you have a list of frequently asked questions and answers. These are some of our more commonly asked questions, so you can use these as a reference should you experience any difficulties accessing your exam. We'll go ahead here and get logged into a demo account. Once you've logged into the demo account, you will be brought to a page where you're going to enter in demographic information, and you're also going to enter in information about your personal information for security, and you'll also complete an attestation form as well. So here you'll see the demographic data page. Again, here you will enter in information such as gender and ethnicity, all of which are items that are going to help us analyze for any adverse impact against particular groups of individuals. Our goal is to minimize the level of adverse impact in our validated pre-employment assessment tool. So you'll go through and select which category in which you most identify with. We do ask for some additional information for your file, including your university, degree type, clinical specialty, zip code, number of months licensed, and the number of months of relevant experience for your particular specialty area. One last step before you're brought into the actual Test Taker portal is our attestation form. You're notified here that by checking this box, you're going to attest and certify that you will complete the assigned assessment using your knowledge and clinical experience to answer any and all questions. If it's discovered that you use outside resources, either online or in print format, to find or obtain answers unfairly, it could have a negative impact on the decisions made towards your employment opportunity. So you'll go ahead and select the checkbox here and then select Agree. Once you've completed the demographic, personal information, and the attestation page, you're then brought into the Test Taker portal where you're provided a list of requested assessments for your facility or staffing agency. You'll notice at the top of the Test Taker portal, we do provide you with information about your assessment. You're notified that exams are listed in the order in which they were requested, with the newest exams being listed on top. You'll select the Begin next to the exam name to launch the exam's instruction page. So when you select Begin, you are not dropped right into the exam. You're first shown any important information regarding your selected exam. From the instructions page, you will be able to launch the exam, but before you launch the exam, you will have access to study material provided for your exam. For all of our clinical assessments, we do provide a content outline which covers the different knowledge domains covered for that particular specialty assessment. For all of our core mandatory or annual education modules, we do provide a full and comprehensive study guide. You're also notified that all clinical exams are timed, allowing you 1 minute per question. You do go through clinical exams in a linear fashion. After a question is answered, you do not have the ability to go back and review or change the answer to the previous question. Should you have technical difficulties, you are allowed a maximum of 2 reentry attempts. Should you exceed the maximum number of reentry attempts, your exam will be scored as completed, with unanswered questions marked as incorrect. The behavioral, situational, and skills checklists are not timed. And we've also provided for you here as a resource a technical setup instructions document. We'll go ahead and open up that document now. To ensure a smooth testing experience, we highly recommend using the following instructions to set up your personal computer for testing. All required downloads are free and compatible for both Macs and PCs. So first, you'll want to check your browser. We recommend using either Internet Explorer or Mozilla Firefox as your Internet browser. You'll also want to ensure that you have JavaScript enabled on your device as well. For images to appear during testing, you'll need both the JavaScript enabled, and you also want to be sure you're using either Internet Explorer or Mozilla Firefox. And then lastly, you'll want to make sure that you have Adobe Flash Player installed and enabled on your computer. Specifically for our situational interpersonal competence videos, you'll need to have Adobe Flash Player installed and enabled for those videos to load for you properly. So again, a very great resource to make sure that the computer you're using will meet the technical requirements for you to be able to complete all assigned assessments. So let's take a look at the list of exams. So you'll notice that all exams are separated based on assessment type. So first you'll have all clinical assessments requested, the situational assessments in its own category, as well as the behavioral assessment, as well as any skills assessments requested. We'll go ahead and begin this general ICU exam. And you'll notice that when you select the Begin button, you hit the Begin button, you're brought to the exam instruction page. From the instruction page, you are provided with any study material. Again, for all clinical assessments, you're provided with a content outline. And for all annual education modules, you're provided with a study guide. And we'll go ahead and open up this general ICU content outline just so you can get an overview of what the outline looks like. The content outline is going to provide you with a list of all of the different knowledge domains that will be covered on the clinical assessment, allowing you an opportunity to refresh your knowledge in any of the areas prior to actually beginning the exam. From the instruction page, you're also given exam information here, so the number of questions covered on the exam, the recommended cutoff score or pass-fail score for the assessment, and then you're also notified of the time that you have to complete the exam. So we'll go ahead and select Begin Exam here beside the exam. And when you select Begin, you're brought to the exam where you have your timer here showing you how much time you have to complete the exam. And then again, you will move through the exam in a linear fashion where you'll answer one question and then move to the next. We'll go ahead and answer a couple more here, and then we'll go ahead and move back into the exam list. So if you start an exam but you don't complete it in one sitting, you do have the ability to get logged back into the exam. The situational, behavioral, and skills checklists are not timed assessments, so you do have the ability to go in and out of them and complete them within your leisure. So you'll get logged into those and complete those as you have time to complete them. We do have another training video available to you that walks you through in detail how to complete a skills assessment. You can find that from the test taker login page as well. To wrap up today's training session, we do want to share just a couple of tips with you. We do recommend that when you are ready to sit down and complete the requested assessment, that you do want to take advantage of the study materials that are provided to you from the instruction page. You also want to make sure that you're completing the exams in a quiet environment, free from all distractions, in order to have the smoothest experience completing your assessment. We do wish you the best of luck on your exams, and thank you for tuning in to today's training session.